Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. This is your very own Atar Ahmed team lead startup.pk, and a good evening to each and every one of you who is watching us on Facebook or are here with us in the Zoom meeting. Welcome to startup.pk PitchFest 14. A bit about startup.pk. So startup.pk is a platform for the startups and entrepreneurs, and we empower them by providing the right information, knowledge, network, mentoring, network, and opportunities. This helps the startups to scale, grow, and succeed in their businesses. When the COVID-19 struck, we thought that there must be something that could benefit the startups, even when the startups are back in their home or are stuck in their home. So we started startup.pk PitchFest, and till now we have received an amazing response. This is our 14th session, and till now 70 plus startups have pitched their ideas, and we have received around 250 plus applications from startups to pitch their ideas. In each startup.pk PitchFest session, we accommodate around 5 to 6 startups. Those are shortlisted, and then we link them, and they present their idea, and then we link them with the potential mentors and business coaches. To support these startups in their journey, we have also launched startupservices.pk. Startupservices.pk is in fact a platform for startups where they can get affordable and low-cost services on just one click. May it be accounting solutions, legal and IP, design solutions, or it can be the business consultancy. The startups can visit startupservices.pk and avail any service on a single click. Before we start, let me share a tip with startups. So today's tip is, one of the most important ingredients in a successful business idea is passion. But where passion will move you forward, the right knowledge will point you in the right direction. And this is exactly what we do at startup.pk. We provide you the right information, knowledge, network, opportunities, and mentoring. Before we proceed, I would like to proceed about the judging rules and some rules for the startups. So startups will have 3 minutes to pitch their idea. After the 3-minute pitch, judges will provide them their feedback. Judges can ask some question maybe, and also score them on 1, 2, 4, or 5. So there is no 3 while for the judges, there is no 3 while you are marking a startup. So either it's 1, 2, or it's 4, 5. 4, 5 is the highest and 1, 2 is the lowest. For the startups who are here with us, when you get over the 2-minute mark, my screen will go green. When you get over the 2-minute 30 mark, my screen will get yellow. And when you get over the 3-minute mark, my screen will get red. After that, I will have to cut you off. Or if we have time, then I may allow you to complete your presentation or just skim through your slide so that the judges have a better idea of what you really are doing. So with this, we move forward to the introduction of our judges. Today we have an exciting panel of judges, I would say, and I believe for all the startups out there, it will be an immense or a great opportunity to take their feedback. So our first judge is Muhammad Salah from Jordan. He is the country manager of Startup Grind Jordan. He has 5+ years of experience in the digital industry, 8+ years of experience in the entrepreneurship ecosystem across the MENA region, and he has been associated with Startup Grind, Techstars, SeedStars, and many local and international entities. Also, he has been part of the several events, including Startup Grind Pakistan, Rise Up Summit, Startups Without Borders Summit, Digital Arabia Network, and many others. So thank you very much, Muhammad Salah, for joining us. And would you like to add a few things about yourself and your expertise areas?
The only thing I would like to say is, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It means a lot, and it's good to be reconnecting with Pakistani startups. Unfortunately, due to COVID, Startup Grind Pakistan is not happening this year, and I were very, very excited to come back. I loved when I joined last year. I loved the audience. I loved the culture, the food, how everyone is kind and humble and supportive. So I was very, very excited to come, but COVID have another word for it. But hopefully, I will definitely visit Pakistan next year.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for such a nice word, and we will surely welcome you again, inshallah. Our next is Mutahir Khan. Mutahir Khan writes the weekly tech talk for the Dawn, where he has profiled more than 100 startups. He's a graduate in the economics and finance from the Bukhara University, and he currently works for Pakistan Major English Daily, where he writes a weekly column about the tech talk that cover the Pakistani startups. Recently, he has covered more than 60 unique emerging tech companies from diverse sectors such as fintech, logistics, health, analyzing their business models, their market size, and most important, the competitive landscape of those startups. He is currently the CFA Level 2 candidate, and he has been associated with reputed think tanks and as well as project-based research and support. So thank you very much, Mutahir Khan, for joining us. And would you like to add something about yourself and your expertise areas?
Thank you for the introduction, Athar, and thank you for inviting me. I'm just glad to be part of this and looking for some interesting startups. I mean, I'm always looking for new products and companies, and hopefully I'll find some more from here as well.
Wonderful, amazing. So let's see who makes to the weekly tech column of Dawn from the startups who are pitching here. So an opportunity for the startups who are pitching today. The first pitch will be from Khadija. Khadija is the owner and founder of Handy.pk from Faisalabad. So Khadija, are you ready for your pitch?
You can listen me, please.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, clearly?
Very clearly. So do you have a presentation to share?
Yes, sir. Before that, please मुझे clear कर दीजिएगा कि timing आपने बताया वो कुछ colors तो वो मुझे skip हो गया, मुझे दोबारा बता दीजिएगा.
Okay, so when you pitch, so if you can see my screen will go green when your time goes 2 minutes, like this. Now when your time is 2 minutes 30 seconds, my screen will go yellow. And your time is 3 minutes, my screen will go red. That means you have to wind up within 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So shall we start?
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Khadija Fazil from Faisalabad. मैं टेक्सटाइल क्लोथिंग की स्टूडेंट हूँ और हालिया में मैंने अपनी डिग्री कंप्लीट की है. मेरे जो स्टार्टअप है उसका नाम handy.pk है और जो मुझे प्रॉब्लम मैंने ये स्टार्ट क्यों किया है, इसके अंदर होगा क्या, ये हाउस ऑफ हैंडमेड आइटम्स है. जो भी कोलैब होगा जो लड़कियां बनाती हैं, क्योंकि जो मैं खुद आर्ट्स के स्टूडेंट थी और जो मेरे साथ में होती थी उनको सबको फाइनेंशियली, मुझे भी फाइनेंशियली फेस करना पड़ा था कि क्योंकि आर्ट्स की जो चीज़ें होती हैं वो कुछ ज़्यादा एक्सपेंसिव आती हैं. हमारे पेरेंट्स जो वो फीस के अलावा कई दफ़ा नहीं कर पा रहे होते हमें सपोर्ट. तो मैंने ये सोचा कि क्यों ना हम लोग इस तरह से मिलके करते हैं काम कि मेरी जो सारी क्लास की लड़कियां हैं वो अपनी सारी हम एक पेज के ऊपर डालते हैं चीज़ें और इस तरह से हमारी जो चीज़ें हम प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए बनाते हैं, एक तो हम पे इन्वेस्ट करते हैं मनी, तो हम लोग उसको स्केल कर लिया करेंगे. तो प्रॉब्लम ये थी कि हम लोग के पास ना मनी कम थी फाइनेंशियली. जो स्टूडेंट आर्ट्स के स्टूडेंट हैं ये उन्हीं के ऊपर फोकस करके बनाया गया है, आर्ट्स की फील्ड के जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं. तो इसका सोल्यूशन ये निकला कि मैं सब लड़कियों को इकट्ठा करके एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे ले आऊँ. तो लड़कियां भी हैं, मतलब कि जो मेरी क्लास के अलावा बाकी स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं. मैं इसके ऊपर काम करना चाह रही थी, मतलब ये मेरी क्लास के अंदर स्टार्ट हुआ, मेरे डिपार्टमेंट में मैंने इसको बताया कि ये मैं इस तरह से स्टार्ट कर रही हूँ. तो फिर हुआ ये कि छुट्टियाँ हो गई और बहुत ज़्यादा मुझे मतलब कि यूनिवर्सिटी बंद हो गई फिर, तो मैं नहीं जा पाई. इसके अलावा जो इसके अंदर फिर मैंने छुट्टियों में जो मैंने इसके ज़्यादा काम किया, इसके ऊपर जो डिटेल के अंदर जो मैंने सोचा कि और क्या क्या हो सकता है. इंक्यूबेशन का मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम था कि मुझे मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी में कोई प्लेस नहीं, अथॉरिटी उनके पास नहीं थी ऐसी कि मुझे दे सकते. मैं वहाँ पे एक हब बनाना चाह रही थी, लेकिन
Khadija, do you have your slides? We can see your slides.
सर ओके.
or else you can start your pitch, and it would be great if you could conversate in English so that Muhammad Salah could also provide you useful feedback. Or in case you could go in
तो मैं
Urdu as
ऑलरेडी नर्वस हूँ और
well.
इंग्लिश में
Perfect. So please carry on. Please carry on.
मैं इसको कंटिन्यू करती हूँ. सर जब मैंने डिटेल में सोचा कि इसके ऊपर और किस तरह से काम हो सकता है, तो मैंने ये अंदाज़ा लगाया या मैंने ये इरादा किया कि मैं इसका एक जो सबसे पीक है वो मैं ये करूँगी कि एंड में जाके, तो मैं एंड से स्टार्ट करना बता कि मैं एक हब क्रिएट करूँगी जिसके अंदर हमारी सिर्फ मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी की लड़कियाँ नहीं होंगी बल्कि पाकिस्तान की सकाफत को भी मैं प्रमोट करूँगी. और हमारी जो कल्चर है ना, जो सिंधी प्रोडक्ट्स होती हैं, सिंध का आर्ट बहुत ज़्यादा ना फेमस है, तो हम उसके ऊपर काम करेंगे. मैं सब चीज़ों को कोलैब करूँगी पाकिस्तान के अंदर से, तो उनको इकट्ठा करके एक जगह एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेकर आऊँगी. और उसके साथ ही मेरा ये था कि जो मैं खुद भी एक डिज़ाइनर बन रही हूँ, बनना चाहती भी हूँ, तो इसके साथ मैं ये भी करूँगी कि अपने जो डिज़ाइन किए हुए क्लोथ्स हैं वो भी साथ में रखूँगी. और जो सिर्फ जो डिज़ाइनिंग क्लोथ्स हैं वो सिर्फ मेरे होंगे, और बाकी जो हैंडमेड प्रोडक्ट्स होंगी वो सबकी होंगी, वो सिर्फ सबकी प्रमोट की जाएंगी वहाँ पे. और पाकिस्तान में अभी तक इस तरह का कोई प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है जो सब पूरे पाकिस्तान की जो है ना चीज़ें उसको प्रमोट करे, एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे रख के, एक स्टूडियो बनाया और उसके अंदर रख के एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे हैंडमेड चीज़ें जो वो प्रमोट करे, जो कि डेकोरेशन, घर की डेकोरेशन वगैरह के लिए यूज़ हो सकती हैं. सो
Wonderful. So we move towards the feedback with Mutahir Khan, and let's hear from Mutahir Khan about your feedback.
अच्छा खदीजा, मैं आपसे पूछना चाह रहा था कि आप दो तीन चीजें थी इसके अंदर जो मैं पॉइंट आउट करना चाह रहा था. नंबर वन, आप वसीला से वाकिफ हैं? शायद लाहौर से ही है, मुझे शहर सही से याद नहीं, मगर जहां तक मुझे मेरा अंदाजा है लाहौर से ये लोग हैं. And wait, I think it would be better if I speak in English for Salah as well. So basically, the Wasila, VCEELA, Wasila is a Lahore-based startup which is sort of doing the same thing. So what I'm trying to, so first of all, I would recommend that get.
आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं है.
अब बेहतर आ रही है? अब आ रही है?
Yes.
तो मैं वो कहूँगा कि get numbers of what market you are entering into. सही है, तो get an idea कि पाकिस्तान के अंदर मिसाल के तौर पे कितने आर्ट स्टूडेंट्स हैं, कितने आर्टिजन्स हैं, what's your entire supply. तो आप जिन को प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाना चाह रही हैं, whatever is the population that you're trying to bring online, and you think has problems in marketing their product, get an estimate of that number. Try to break that down, for example, or get not only that, एक सप्लाई साइड यहाँ से हो गई, उसके बाद दूसरी साइड डिमांड का एक अंदाजा हो. Work on the numbers. That's what I'll recommend first. Maybe start with फैसलाबाद से शुरू करके, या have you started any Facebook group already? अपनी
मैं इंस्टाग्राम और फेसबुक दोनों से काम कर रही हूँ. handy.pk के नेम से ही है मेरा पेज. और मैंने आपको भी अंदर की जो डिटेल है वो मैंने नहीं बताई कि मैं इसका किस तरह से सर्वे करूँगी. मैंने सब कुछ उसको रखा हुआ है, वो सारा पेपर वर्क करा हुआ मैंने.
ठीक है. तो मेरा यही है कि मतलब जस्ट एक तो दो चीजें, कंपेरेटिव लैंडस्केप देख लिएगा. मैं एक उसमें कहूँगा, वैसे मैंने वसीला का नाम लिया. वसीला जो है आर्टी क्राफ्ट्स के ऊपर ही काम कर रहा है, आर्टी क्राफ्ट्स की मार्केट प्लेस ही है, और कुछ साल हो गए हैं उनको. और दूसरी चीज, हैव अ कॉन्क्रीट आइडिया अबाउट व्हाट द मार्केट होल्ड्स. That's basically these are my 2 cents.
Wonderful. So Muhammad Salah, to sum it up for you, Khadija is trying to build a platform for the artisans where she would combine all the artisans together, and then that's the platform that would serve for the artisans. So I'm sure you wouldn't have much understand her pitch because that was in Urdu, but do you have a general feedback on how the artisans platform should be established, and any key ideas that you have, as you have a diverse experience in the MENA region? You are muted, so we can't hear.
Honestly, when it's come to whose idea, I didn't understand much, unfortunately. Uh, but I also didn't see the slide, so I couldn't get any of the information of her idea. I hope every upcoming idea, at least they will have their slides on the screen so I can a little bit understand what they're trying to build. But if there is a general advisor I will always give to startups, to Khadija and everyone, it would be basically making sure we're building something that is market fit and doing a proper research to make sure that what we're building is something that okay. Okay, thank you, Khadija. I'll get back to it in a second. And we're always trying to build something that is monetizable, that is scalable, and that is around technology, so you can push it forward as much as you can. Because VC money, at least, is mostly around those three things. Building a studio of homemade products we gather from the entire culture of Pakistan. Students of arts are facing many financial problems. I would say there is a lot of examples in the MENA region. I wouldn't say one of them is a massive success, but a few of them managed to become like some sort of a marketplace. But I wouldn't say any of them is massive or raised massive funding at rounds. But some of them are operational and serving their customers in some sort of an e-commerce format. Middle to lead class. Okay. Solution, student can take some advice. Usually when it's come to homemade products and art, I do always believe people like to get those products from certain designers. So if there is an advice regarding gathering the product that is going to be on your website, I would highly recommend you go to the top designers in the country and try to list their products on your platform. When it's come to the traction, you guys are working online. Can you tell me if you guys have any revenues or how you guys are making money, basically? Khadija, are you still with us?
Yeah, for sure.
So my question is, how are you guys planning to make money, and if you guys have already made any money?
Sir, I will promote other handmade item. Sir, other मेरी इंग्लिश इतनी ज़्यादा अच्छी नहीं है, अगर मैं बात कर लूँ और आप उसको कन्वे कर दें तो ओके सर, मैं ये करना चाह रही हूँ कि मैं दूसरों के जो आइटम्स हैं वो मैं प्रमोट करूँगी अपने प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर, और फिर उनके अंदर जो कमीशन मैं खुद रखूँगी और फिर उनको सेल करूँगी।
वंडरफुल।
और
तो अभी तक आपका जो कोई करंट रेवेन्यू हुआ है आजकल, जो अभी तक आपने कोई किया हो रेवेन्यू इन चीज़ों से? अभी आप स्टार्टिंग में?
सर मैंने अभी ना मैंने सेल कराई हैं दूसरों की चीज़ें, लेकिन बहुत थोड़ी, मतलब कि गिनती की हैं, तो मैंने अपना भी चीज़ें सेल की हैं।
So Muhammad Salah, she has been just started this idea, and she has just made 2-3 sales, not that much big revenue. So she's currently in the process of establishing the platform, and she is onboarding the artisans right now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Final thing I would say, if you're presenting the company, whether the investors, judges, or anyone, try to have all of your slides ready, and try to have it.
Voice is not proper.
Especially if you have a very short period of time, like this competition.
Wonderful, amazing. So if we can take the scores from the judges, whatever you have understood of the idea, so that we can have an idea and work with the startup for further startup.pk PitchFest. So you can chat the number directly in the Zoom group chat, or you can chat it to me privately and I will then announce them. Next, we move on to the pitch of Okay, so we had Mateen now. Mateen is not here. So Arbab Ruhullah. Arbab Ruhullah, are you ready for the pitch?
Yes, sir. I'm ready, sir.
Perfect. So do you have your screens?
Sir, I will apologize for that because my laptop screen is damaged,
Okay.
and unfortunately,
So
from 3 to 4 o'clock there is a
what
load
you can
shedding.
do is, okay, so what you can do
Actually,
is,
I am in the remote area in my village, so I can only deliver my picture.
perfect. So you can start now.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Arbab Rullah from Oral Vision, Pakistan. Oral Vision is an IoT AI based company whose office is in Islamabad, NSTP, NUST. We are IoT and AI based company. In IoT and AI, what we are doing, we are simply doing we have a simple idea, and that is of precision agriculture. In precision agriculture, we are going to automate each and every part of the agriculture through IoTs, AI and IoTs. This is a simple idea. Here we can use drones for survey, for sprays purpose, for crop detection purpose, disease detection, and other crops related issues like yield of the crop, for costing of the yield, and area covered, for example that of wheat, how much area is covered by wheat, and how much area covered by another crop, and another crop. Similarly, we are going in this way for drip irrigation and other activities that are included in the smart agriculture. So up till now we have completed our work through drone. We have currently 5 drones that is for spray purpose, and around 10 drones for survey. We have also used a drone for locust detection. That is currently a big issue, especially in Pakistan and other African countries as well. But I am only concerned with Pakistan. Therefore, in Pakistan and KP area, we are with the help of KP government and NLCC, National Locust Control Center, we are detecting locust, surveying for that, and then they send their sprayer drone to kill the locust. This is a simple idea, and we have completed our drone manufacturing system, detection system, spraying system, and locust detection system. And we are now going for that is for drip irrigation. And similarly, yesterday I met with Switch Communication, that is of Bahabar Kisan CEO, Mr. Khizar Alam Khan, and Tabish Ahmed, I think his name is Tabish Ahmed. So they are agree to go with us. This is my all about what I did till now, and I am going what to do.
Wonderful. So let's start the feedback section with Muhammad Salah.
It's a very ambitious idea. What I would like to hear more from the presenter is how are they planning to make money out of this project, somehow in details, because and also how they are planning to build their technology. He mentioned drones, he mentioned the IoT. So I'm interested to know how this is doable from a technical point of view.
Really interesting, sir. Thank you, sir. The idea how we have an NOC from the government of the government of Pakistan for agriculture purpose drones. and we are preparing our own drone, customized drone. We are purchasing parts that is from China, etc. But we are assembling, at least assembling. We are also designing our own sensor, type of sensor that is weather station sensors, other sensor like temperature, etc. That is our weather station. We are also developing software, the crop detection, the disease detection, and other that will be used in the agriculture purpose. So we are on the way, and up to some extent we are successful. For example, we have detected crops, we have detected diseases, etc. Low cost detection, survey, sprays. These are our milestones that we have achieved up till now.
How big is your team? Do you have a technical team?
Gigi, right, sir. Currently, we have just 30 people. That includes engineer, software developers, and entrepreneurs. Just like I mentioned here, that Mr. Heather Alam, that is from Switch, another company, but I want to JV with that company. Similarly, we at the end we have up till now 3 people at all.
I have 2 more questions. How are you planning to make money out of selling those sensors and the rest of your services?
Good. The idea is that we have to first of all government sector, our product, to government sector. But similarly, on the other way, I JV with companies like that is in Pakistan, a big company, Billing Jays. This have implemented already Bakhaber Kisan, another Reap Agro, another company. That is a small or medium type companies or corporate sector, but they implement some things in the farmers. So I want to JV with these peoples to implement some value-added services. For example, if someone wants a spray on their a farmer wants spray on his crops, if a farmer wants our services, a small services, we will provide them the services.
My final question is, how much money are you raising?
Currently, sir, I have raised not too much money because first of all, I catch contract from the government of KP that was for drone development and crop detection, etc. Then the KP that was the KP agriculture extension contract. Now the crop reporting services, the KP government is going to sign a contract with us for the crop detection services, because the data that they have are not correct, because that is from either from revenue department or Sparco, that is a space based company, government entity. So that is not accurate, because they gives them the data that is old, at least 2 months old data, which is not accurate. They need real-time data. For this purpose, we will provide them the services of drones for real-time services. Similarly, sorry, I forgot your second part of the question. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you so much. Honestly, I'm so proud of Arthur to be able to reach out to people who are in rural areas and across the MENA region. As you may know,
thank you, sir. Thank you.
We have farmers all across the region, and I have judged over 100 competitions at least. And I never saw someone pitching from his farm, and it makes me Very, very happy. I'm somehow emotional. My grandparents used to be farmers, and I'm just very happy to see entrepreneurship reaching such points in Pakistan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your comment. Sir, I will also include that the African countries like Zambia, Paraguay, Nigeria, and other countries like that also have a great potential for locust control and other activities like that. So that is another big opportunity for us. We can join hand with the FAO or other international NGOs that can go with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your comments and concluded.
Wonderful. So let's move to the feedback from Tahir Khan.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so अरबाब साहब एक तो मुझे क्या प्रेफर करेंगे, अंग्रेजी या उर्दू? अंग्रेजी या उर्दू आप बता दें उस हिसाब से। आप किस उसमें प्रेफर करेंगे?
which will convenient, वो मतलब ये कि बोल सकते हैं हम दोनों लैंग्वेजेस, वो पुश्तो भी बोल सकते हैं, अगर आप पुश्तो भी समझ सकते हैं तो भी बोल सकते हैं। अच्छा जी जी जी, अच्छा तो बस यही तीनों लैंग्वेजेस में मेरी यही प्रोफिशिएंसी है सर। बस वो कुछ ना कुछ बातें भूल जाते हैं, लेकिन ये कि तकरीबन जी जी।
नंबर वन, is your revenue stream, I mean, from what I understand, you're targeting government of KP, you're targeting NGOs, you mentioned POW as well. So your revenues will come from B2B or B2G, right? B2G services, not
right.
You don't directly,
B2C.
Yeah, you don't directly plan to make money directly of farmers, do you? I mean, are these the services that an individual farmer will utilize of you, or it would be government bodies or something like Bakhabar Kisan? It would be your money will come from them, right? So you don't directly.
Sir, Bakhabar Kisan. Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically, and is there? I mean, is there? On what basis will you be working with them? Would be a project basis thing? Would your money come on a per project thing, or would it be a subscription plan for a certain area of surveying? How would it work? If you can elaborate
exactly,
on that,
sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, basically every startup or every company has projects. So I cannot conclude it that it will not be a project. So a project based, our activities will be a project based. So it may be with Bakhabar Kisan. Bakhabar Kisan is already a B2C company that is directly connected with the farmers. It is directly. So I want to directly connect. I don't have so much investment that that come directly to interact with the sea. Therefore, I use a third party. I want to use the third party. Either that may be a Bakhabar Kisan, that may be government sector, that may be INGO, that may be whatever can be. But due to the lack of investment, due to the lack of money, I want to involve a third party that give me the services to be directed with the B2C. So that is a conclusion of from B2C. You were another question? Yes, sir.
There's another question. Obviously, you mentioned and Salah touched upon this that you guys are very ambitious, right? You've mentioned drone manufacturing, surveying, local control, and everything. So, number one, do you think that getting into too much of getting in a lot of areas would be distracting for both? and our own manufacturing or assembling. I mean, this is
Yes, sir.
even if you're assembling, even if you're importing parts from China and then assembling here, in hardware technology is always very expensive, right, to scale. So how do you plan to manage the costs while you still don't have much investment?
Sir, refer to your question of the hardware activities. I will conclude into the hardware activities. The hardware that may be a drone part, a frame part, a landing gear, a prop, a fix hawk, another ESCs, wires, etc. That are already available in our market, sir. First of all, if not available, there are online services that are Daraz.pk, there are AliExpress.com, that is Alibaba, that is the Chinese companies, their own site. Their Chinese company also wants to directly connect with the Pakistani companies rather than through third party. So there are some activities. Some third parties are either manufacturing or supply chain partners, e-commerce, etc. So I am not confused for that. But on the second option, due to the confusion that you already mentioned it, that it may we shouldn't be survive on other countries or other person, etc. So a CPEC project is initiated in the KP area, Rashakai Industrial Zone, and there I have acquired around 10-acre land for the engineering sector for this purpose, and I want a JV with a Chinese company. Currently, I haven't seen any Chinese company, but I want to manufacture a lab that may produce product not only for me but also for Pakistan purpose, for other countries as well. So there is another agenda, but it is not materialized till now, and it will take, I think, up to 20 years more to be materialized.
Okay.
So that is all about.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Arbab, and I guess आपने काफ़ी जो है मेहनत की है, and I can feel कि आप किस passion से काम कर रहे हैं, pitching right from your farm. So thank you very much for joining Startup की PitchFest, और ज़रूर हम आपको connect करेंगे जो आपने feedback provide किया. So
thank you, sir. Right, sir.
Thank you very much. So if we move to the feedback or the scoring from the judges, so 1, 2, 4, or 5 from the judges.
Okay, inshallah.
I do have a question. We score from 1 to 3 or 1 to 4?
1, 2, or 4, 5. No 3 in between.
There is no 3, right?
Yes. So 4, 5 means good, and 1, 2 is the lowest. Next, we move on to the pitch from Mateen Sheikh. Mateen, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Perfect. So can you share your screen before we start your timer?
Yes, wait.
So in the meanwhile, I would request someone in the participant, Ambreen Wahid, if you want to pitch, please let me know in the group chat messages so that we can schedule the pitch accordingly.
Can you share? Can you see my screen?
Yes. So if you could move to the presentation mode, that would be more better. The icon in the right corner, in the bottom right corner.
एक्चुअली मैं एक डिफरेंट टाइप की ऑनलाइन 90% लोगों को आज इस चीज के बारे में पता है कि यूट्यूब पे किस तरह अर्निंग होती है, राइट? बट एक्चुअली नाउ अडेज बहुत सारी ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं जिसकी वजह से हम लोग यूट्यूब पे अर्निंग भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं रिगार्डिंग अगर मैं बात करूँ इन्वेस्टमेंट के हवाले से. अगर हम होम बेस्ड वर्क करना चाहते हैं तो बहुत ईजी है हमारे लिए, लेकिन हम उस तरीके की अर्निंग नहीं कर पाते हैं जो एक एंटरप्राइज लेवल चाहती है. मैं अपना आइडिया इस तरीके से पिच करना चाह रहा हूँ. यूट्यूब पे अर्निंग बहुत आसान है, इन्वेस्टमेंट लो है बट अर्निंग बहुत हाई है. लाइक मैंने एक पूरी इसके ऊपर प्रेजेंटेशन यूट्यूब के अंदर हम लोगों ने जो काम, मैंने खुद स्पेशली यूट्यूब पे कोई पिछले 2 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ, बट होम बेस्ड वर्क काम कर रहा हूँ और मुझे इस पे फ्यूचर बहुत अच्छा नजर आ रहा है. लाइक अगर मैं बात करूँ इस कोविड-19 के अंदर यूट्यूब एक बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है हमारे लिए अर्निंग के हवाले से. इसके अंदर हमें ना तो कस्टमर रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं, ना वेंडर एंगेजमेंट रिक्वायर्ड होती है, ना सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग टीम रिक्वायर्ड होती है, कोई टाइम लिमिट नहीं होती हमारे पास काम की. इन हाउस बिजनेस है, लो इन्वेस्टमेंट है और बिग प्रॉफिट है लाइफ टाइम. और ना तो ये कंट्री डिपेंडेंट है, कहीं से भी आप काम कर सकते हैं, इसके ऊपर कोई इश्यू नहीं आता आपको. हाँ, इन 2019 यूट्यूब के 5 इंडिविजुअल यूट्यूबर्स हैं जिनकी ईयरली रेवेन्यू जो है वो ये जनरेट हुआ था. रयान के जी बेसिकली किड्स चैनल है, उसका 26 मिलियन $US 2019 के अंदर रेवेन्यू जनरेट उसने किया था. इसी तरीके से पूरी डिटेल इसके अंदर मेंशन है. टॉप 5 बिजनेस चैनल जो हमारे बिजनेस चैनल्स हैं उनकी अर्निंग ये सारी मेंशन है. लाइक टी सीरीज है, टी सीरीज सब जानते हैं, एक म्यूजिक चैनल है यूट्यूब का जो क्या नाम है रैंकिंग के अंदर टॉप 1 में आता है. उसकी 165 मिलियन $US थी इन 2019. कोकोमेलन बच्चों किड्स राइम चैनल है जिसकी 127 मिलियन थी. नेस्टी व्लॉग ये 114 मिलियन इसकी 2019 की थी. किड्स देना ये भी किड्स चैनल है. सेट इंडिया ये इसका वो है एंटरटेनमेंट चैनल है. यूट्यूब के ऊपर हम 3 तरीके से हम अर्निंग कर सकते हैं. लाइक बिकम अ यूट्यूब पार्टनर एड्स लगा के अपनी वीडियोस के ऊपर एड्स अप्लाई करवा के, लाइसेंसिंग योर कंटेंट ऑन मीडिया और स्पॉन्सरशिप. मैं अपना आइडिया जो पिच कर रहा हूँ वो 2 टाइप की कैटेगरी के ऊपर कर रहा हूँ. एक हाउ टू और इन कुकिंग, आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट एंड कुकिंग. हाउ टू इसकी कैटेगरी है. आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट एंड कुकिंग वर्ल्ड वाइड अगर मैं बात करूं तो 90% फीमेल्स आज के दौर में कुकिंग की वीडियोस यूट्यूब से देख के कर रही होती हैं. राइट, यानी अपनी कुकिंग जितनी भी होती है वो यूट्यूब के ऊपर सर्च करती हैं, देन वो परफॉर्म करती हैं अपनी कुकिंग. आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट के ऊपर भी ऐसे ही, स्पेशली स्कूल कॉलेजेस के जो हमारे प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं, लाइक आपके जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट्स जो सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग यानी जो आपकी सेल्स हो रही होती है चीजें, वो सब यहीं से देख के चीजों को परफॉर्म कर रहे होते हैं, अपनी चीजों को बना रहे होते हैं और देन सेल कर रहे होते हैं. और कुकिंग के हवाले से सब जानते हैं कि सबसे व्यूअर कुकिंग के ऊपर आते हैं. ये टॉप बिजनेस चैनल्स हैं आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट के और कुकिंग के. टॉप पे मैंने मेंशन किया मैं 5 मिनट का, आप जानते होंगे. टॉम ये भी इसके बारे में मोस्टली लोगों को पता होगा. अच्छा, इसकी मंथली रेवेन्यू 5 मिनट क्राफ्ट का जो है वो 1.1 मिलियन है, लाइक $10 लाख. और इसी तरीके से नीचे मैंने कुकिंग चैनल्स की वो दिए हुए जो टॉप कुकिंग चैनल्स हैं उनके हवाले से डिटेल दी हुई है कि वो मंथली कितना अर्न करते हैं. अच्छा, ये मैंने कुछ एक टेंटेटिव इन्वेस्टमेंट के हवाले से बनाया था कि कितनी इन्वेस्टमेंट हमें रिक्वायर्ड होगी इन सब कामों के लिए. ये सब चीजें उसके अंदर मेंशन है कि हमें आईटी इक्विपमेंट कॉस्ट कितनी रिक्वायर्ड है, ऑफिस रेनोवेशन की कॉस्ट कितनी रिक्वायर्ड है, सेटअप कॉस्ट कितनी रिक्वायर्ड होगी, सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट कितनी रिक्वायर्ड होगी, इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी, रिसोर्स सैलरीज कितनी रिक्वायर्ड होंगी और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव चार्जेस.
योर टाइम इज अप. आपने थोड़ा जो है वो स्पीड अप करना है.
जी बिल्कुल.
तो आप स्लाइड्स है ना जो आप कह रहे थे आपको काइंडली गुजारे ताकि जीएस को कुछ आइडिया हो जाए.
ठीक है। अब मैंने इस पे पूरी 1 ईयर की इनफ्लो आउटफ्लो कैश फ्लो पूरा बनाया मैं कि हमारे अगर हम यूट्यूब के बिजनेस के ऊपर जाते हैं तो हमें कितनी इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए, राइट, और कब हमारी रेवेन्यू जनरेट होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, क्योंकि यूट्यूब पे आप फॉरन इन्वेस्टमेंट करके जनरेट नहीं कर सकते अपना रेवेन्यू, बिकॉज क्योंकि आपके व्यूअरशिप आएगी, आपके पास जितनी भी क्या नाम है व्यूज आएंगे, उस हिसाब से आपके पास डॉलर क्रिएट बनते हैं, आपके जितने भी डॉलर आपके होते हैं वो बन रहे होते हैं। लाइक मेरे पास कम से कम आपको इसमें जो रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं वो 1 ईयर का टाइम रिक्वायर्ड होता है आफ्टर इन्वेस्टमेंट। 1 ईयर के बाद आपका चैनल स्टेबल उस पर आ जाता है कि आपको अराउंड उस चैनल से 5 to 6 मिनिमम, मेरे हिसाब से जो मेरा अपना एनालिस्ट है उसके हिसाब से अराउंड कोई 10 लाख के करीब आप 1 साल के अंदर स्टार्ट कर लेते हो अर्निंग, अगर आप इसको एंटरप्राइज लेवल पे स्टार्ट करते हो इस चैनल को।
परफेक्ट।
ये मैंने 3 साल का कुछ फ्लो पूरे बनाए हुए इसके अंदर ही। उसके बाद मैंने यहाँ पे सारी इसको फर्दर और समराइज करके इसमें मेंशन कर दिया है कि हमारी फर्स्ट ईयर में टोटल एक्सपेंस कितना होगा, उसके बाद पोटेंशियल रेवेन्यू कितना होगा, कैश इनफ्लो आउटफ्लो और पोटेंशियल नेट प्रॉफिट, ये सब चीजें इसमें मेंशन ऑलरेडी मेंशनड है सारी इसमें। बस मैं आपको एक चीज बस मेंशन करना चाह रहा हूँ, स्पेशली यूट्यूब बिजनेस लाइक ऑनलाइन बिजनेस, जिस यानी करंट कोविड-19 का एक प्रॉब्लम हमारे यहाँ सिचुएशन चल रही है, पूरी कंट्री वाइड चल रही है इशू, ठीक है। तमाम बिजनेस हर्ट हुए हैं इसके थ्रू, तमाम बिजनेस को यानी बहुत बुरा हाल हुआ है, बट यूट्यूब ऑनलाइन बिजनेस लाइक गूगल की जितनी प्रोडक्ट्स हैं ये सारी अप पे जा रही हैं। इनके बिजनेस को मेरे साथ में, क्योंकि मेरी अपनी आईएलएस है इसके ऊपर, इनके बिजनेस में कोई भी इशू नहीं आया, इनके व्यूअरशिप कम नहीं हुई, इनकी रेवेन्यू जनरेशन कम नहीं हुई, इनका कुछ भी कम नहीं हुआ। मैं आपको एक रियल टाइम वो दिखाता हूँ जो मेरी खुद की निकाली हुई है अभी। ये वेबसाइट है सोशल ब्लेड, ये देखिए। अगर मैं आपको यहाँ से चेक करवाना शुरू करूँ, हमारे यहाँ जनवरी से एक ऑलमोस्ट एक कोविड-19 का स्टार्ट हो गया था जनवरी से वर्ल्ड वाइड, बट इनकी
तीन हमें स्क्रीन नजर नहीं आ रही है आपको, ये स्टॉप शेयर करके
बिल्कुल मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ, एक सेकंड सॉरी। श्योर है
जी,
ओके। ये आपको अब नजर आ रही होगी व्यूअरशिप यूजर्स की। ये बेसिकली एक वेबसाइट है सोशल ब्लेड, जिसमें हमें लाइव व्यूअर्स डे बाय डे शो हो रहे होते हैं। तो इस कोविड-19 में भी इस बिजनेस को इतना सा भी कोई लॉस नहीं हुआ, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ। लाइक अगर आप व्यूअरशिप देखें तो इसकी इतनी सी भी डाउन नहीं हो, बल्कि इंक्रीज हो गई है थोड़ी सी। और ये मैंने आपको दिखाया है इसका 5 क्या नाम है टी सीरीज का। अब मैं यही 5 मिनट ग्राफ में दिखाता हूँ। तो इसकी जो दिसंबर में चल रही इसकी व्यूअरशिप थी, वही इसकी मार्च अप्रैल बल्कि सम टाइम अप एंड डाउन हुई है, बट वो इशू नहीं आया जो एक और बिजनेस को आया है, फेस हुआ है। अब मैं राइम्स के ऊपर दिखाता हूँ, स्पेशली किड्स हमारे राइम्स देखते हैं दिन भर। तो राइम्स का बिजनेस अप गया है बहुत ज्यादा, मार्च अप्रैल मई तक ये बहुत अप गया, फिर डाउन हुआ है, फिर अप हुआ है, फिर डाउन हुआ है, फिर अब नॉर्मल स्ट्रीम में आ गया, क्योंकि अब वो सिचुएशन नहीं है वर्ल्ड वाइड।
वंडरफुल, फ्रॉम नाइस एंड वंडरफुल इनसाइट्स। फीडबैक का सेशन स्टार्ट करते हैं मुताहिर खान।
Okay, Mateen, a couple of things. First of all, I like how you've I like how you've put in cash flows, and it shows a lot of detail and effort on your part, a lot of research, which is exactly, I think, how startups should approach a pitch. I mean, whenever they should be on top of the numbers. What I couldn't understand is that you haven't mentioned your own USP. So I mean, you've detailed into what the competitors, what your potential competitors or existing competitors are doing, but you haven't talked about how your videos will be able to compete with already established players that have all the traction what would be your USP? I mean, there are a lot of cooking and art and craft videos
Yes,
already.
I have already an art and craft channel, right? I am working on it, but actually due to some my limitation, I am not working on properly on it, right? Actually, I'm already job. I am already doing job, right? जिसकी वजह से मैं इसको बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं दे पाता हूँ अपना आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट के ऊपर. एक्चुअली क्लियरली बात करूंगा मैं, घर भी चलाना होता है, पैसे भी चाहिए होते हैं घर के लिए, ठीक है, और इस काम के लिए टाइम चाहिए जो मैं नहीं दे पा रहा हूँ प्रॉपर्ली. जब तक जॉब नहीं लीव करूंगा मैं इस काम को देख नहीं सकता प्रॉपर्ली.
ठीक है,
हमें मंथली
कितने व्यूज आते हैं आपके? कितने व्यूज आते हैं
अभी मंथली? देखें, अभी मंथली जो मेरे चैनल के ऊपर व्यूज आते हैं वो आते हैं 70 to 50,000, राइट? और जिससे मैं मंथली अर्निंग जो करता हूँ वो करता हूँ $40 to $50 मंथली. एक्चुअली इसमें है ये यूट्यूब के अंदर स्पेशली एक चीज है कि आप अपनी जितनी ज्यादा वीडियोस अपलोड करेंगे डेली बेस पे, उतनी व्यूवरशिप आपकी इंक्रीज होगी, उतनी एंगेजमेंट आपकी यूट्यूब के साथ होगी. यूट्यूब आपको प्रमोट ऑटोमेटिक करते हुए ऊपर ले जाएगा. देन जब आपके पास मंथली मिलियंस बिलियंस में व्यूज आएंगे तो आपका रेवेन्यू ऑटोमेटिक लैख मिलियंस में चला जाएगा.
इसी जगह मैं आपकी बात को बिल्कुल मैं सिर्फ ये जानना चाह रहा हूँ. ऑब्वियसली देखें, अभी ऑलरेडी यूट्यूब के अंदर कंटेंट तो भरा पड़ा है, राइट? तो यूट्यूब के अंदर दुनिया जहाँ से कंटेंट पड़ा है, हर तरह का कंटेंट पड़ा है. तो यू थिंक कि इस तरीके से पाकिस्तान की अगर हम वीडियोस देखते हैं पाकिस्तान से, आई मीन नॉट दैट it really matters, but if we look at the videos from Pakistan, they don't have the kind of traction that other countries do. Our content creation ecosystem is not on the same level. Even our best songs get views in a few millions at best, right? I think Afri from Coke Studio gathered the most views, but that too again was mostly because of Indian viewership. And I understand that it doesn't really matter which country the viewer is from, and that's really not the point. But the point is that in general, Pakistani content creators haven't been able to monetize YouTube the same way that others have. So that's what's your what would be your USP? What would be your unique selling point in this that would make you stand out compared to hundreds and thousands of other content creators in the same area?
Okay, actually sir, इसके मेन देखिए, सबसे फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपकी मेन SEO होती है सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, राइट? आपकी वीडियो रैंक होनी चाहिए, आपकी थोड़ी डिस्क्रिप्शन होनी चाहिए प्रॉपर तरीके से. आपकी रैंकिंग के लिए आपको अपनी सारी प्रॉपर कुछ हम लोग टूल्स यूज करते हैं टैग्स के लिए, टाइटल्स के लिए, ताकि हमारी रैंकिंग में आए वीडियो यूट्यूब के फर्स्ट पेज पे. लाइक हम कोई कीवर्ड सर्च करते हैं, हाउ टू मेक एरोप्लेन, राइट? तो वो हमारा टॉप 3 में आना चाहिए वीडियो. उसके लिए हम इसकी प्रॉपर डिस्क्रिप्शन, प्रॉपर टाइटल, प्रॉपर टैगिंग करते हैं जो टॉप रैंकिंग में आए हुए होते हैं, राइट? सेकंड थिंग इज दैट कि आपका कंटेंट यूनिक किस तरह होता है. आप बेसिकली देखें, आप YouTube से देख के कभी भी कोई चीज क्रिएट नहीं करते हैं, राइट? YouTube से देख के बहुत सारे लोग क्रिएट कर रहे होते हैं, YouTube से देख के उसी की कॉपी बना रहे होते हैं. बट हम लोग मोस्टली जो है Pinterest एक वेबसाइट है जहाँ पे इमेजेस आ रही होती है, हम उसको कॉपी कर रहे होते हैं, मुख्तलिफ चीजों को हम देख के उस चीज टाइप की चीजें क्रिएट कर रहे होते हैं ताकि वो एक YouTube के लिए यूनिक हो. YouTube पे उस टाइप की चीजें बहुत कम होती हैं. 90% जितने परसेंट लोग होते हैं वो Pinterest को कॉपी करते हैं इसके लिए, YouTube के लिए. सेकंड व्यूवरशिप हमारे पास आती है SEO से. जितनी अच्छी हमारी SEO, जितनी स्ट्रांग हमारी SEO होगी, उतनी जल्दी हमारी वीडियो जो YouTube पर रैंक करेगी.
ठीक है, I think let's Salah have his comments now.
Um, my comment would be such an idea would be very, very challenging when it's come to investment. I'm not sure if it would be much appealing for investors, whether they are angels or institutional investors, because it's somehow saying, I'm becoming a YouTuber, guys, please fund me. And yes, you can produce a lot of content and you can gain some traction, but how scalable this traction can be. Because if you don't have in mind how you can become $10 million company and then $100 million company and then $1 billion company, investors coming from a venture capital background won't be much interested. So maybe with all the capabilities you mentioned, you need to figure out another business model. YouTube alone wouldn't be considered a defensible business model, and that will worry investors a lot.
Perfect. So if we can have the scores from the judges, and then we'll move on to the pitch from Quick Doctor. So Salman, Quick Doctor, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you guys. Do you want me to start now?
Perfect. So you can share the screen and then we can start.
All right. Second. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, we can see. If you can put this in the presentation mode, that would be much better.
Yeah, 1 second. No, this, sorry, I don't, this is another presentation. I don't think so I can change it into it.
Perfect.
But
So we can start.
It's the screen like this. Hi guys, my name is Salman. I'm representing Quick Doctor. I'm a co-founder and CMO of Quick Doctor. Quick Doctor is not really a startup as per se. We are in a process of scaling now. I'm just going to go through very quickly what Quick Doctor is already doing and the current project that I'm going to pitch today. Quick Doctor is basically an online video consultation, medicine delivered at your doorstep, lab tests at your doorstep app. With that, because of the COVID-19 issue, we gain a lot of clients and everything. Recently, if you go on our social media page on Facebook and everything, we did share that only in Karachi, we received like more than 10,000 calls on our app. Right now, we are providing our services free for all our clients by providing them the promo codes. What is Quick Doctor? As I explained, what we are is a shared revenue model where doctor comes in, whatever we will earn through a client, doctor will get the 80% of it, and we will get the 20%. Same goes for the labs and pharmacies as well. We are an AI app. I'm going to explain that in a bit, what AI part of Quick Doctor is. I have explained our solution. We are 3 co-founders. First one is me, second one is Kamran, and third one is Ali Imran Khan. All 3 of us were in UK working in the IT industry. And when we decided that we're going to create a Quick Doctor, I've moved back to Pakistan out of 3 of us, and Kamran and Ali is working in UK on the Quick Doctor platform. This is a quick look of how our app works and everything. Well, pharmacy, labs, and we are creating, later on we will be providing staff, healthcare staff, homeopathic medicine, even an ambulance service. Introduction of, well, we want to introduce Quick Doctor internationally as well. We are using AI. This was the technology we were working on before the COVID issue. We were working using smartwatches to create, to basically get the pulse rate of yours, and we can, our AI model can detect certain illnesses, especially when it comes to heart and anxiety and BP issues. We base our research on these two guys. They created a single lead algorithm on the same project from, I think, Stanford University. So we worked on it. But due to COVID-19, we have a chatbot and all of these things, our marketing plan, a lot of other things. I think more than that, I'm just going to go into my COVID-19. Can you see that the screen now? Guys, can you see the second screen? There another presentation I open, or should I have to like
the Engro one? The
Yeah.
Engro one, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
I can see it.
All right. So basically, I'm just going to quickly go down. It's a very long presentation, this one. This is about AI. This is basically our new device. It's a COVID-19 monitoring system. With that, what we can do is heart rate, oxygen, temperature, blood pressure, ECG, and all of this. We can do it with this device, and we have a AI dashboard that can, provide people healthcare service at their home. Basically, this is a small survey of it, that COVID-19 patient, through a device, we will get his data, and, our engine will be creating two reports, normal or abnormal. And with that, any command and control center, either that is government or private hospital or any other hospital, we can provide the healthcare services to the patient at his doorstep. So basically what we're trying to get rid of, that overrun of hospitals because of the mid-tier of COVID-19 patient. Recently, I've been through a COVID myself, and I was the mid-tier, so I get all my services at my house, and I was like quarantined and everything. So we were working on this. The reason why we create this very quickly and got an amazing response from Harvard and Yale at the same time. And they have put us in, I will just tell you in a minute that there's a website called Uplink. That's where we are doing, let me show you. Please let me know if you can see this. Can you see this? The Uplink website?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so basically, Uplink website, we got screened by Yale and Harvard people, and then they promote us because they provided us this. Where's that? Okay, I have to show you the presentation. So basically, this is our out of 17,000 entries, we were the top 20 who got selected, and we have put in our. This is our presentation. And they provided us, where it is, this is the main thing. That's basically a tag from them that we can represent it. And now we are in top 20. It's a global solution. And on the 7th of August, we will get the decision, and we will be then presenting our presentation to World Economic Forum, WHO, and few others. And so on. This is what's going on right now. Please, I want to know your feedback. Thank you.
Wonderful. So let's start the feedback with Muhammad Salah.
Sorry, I'm muted. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, right? Yeah.
I can hear you now.
So you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm honestly not sure because I'm not very into the industry that much. But I would love to hear more around the business model and how this is gonna work. Especially it's marketplaces related stuff that can be easily disrupted by major players. Like for an example, if you're delivering anything, any one of the global competitors can just come in and start competing with you. And in Backstar already, Kareem is there, and they can just start delivering whether medicine or anything else. And I think they're already delivering food, right?
Yes, they are, but we are a completely different market. Well, I think you don't understand a part of it. We're providing video consultation first. That's our main thing. Then through our doctor, you need a prescription first. And
Yeah.
with that prescription, we are not going to deliver the medicine ourselves. We have created the infrastructure where we have a lot of pharmacies join in with us already, and we just provide them the software. As soon as the order comes, it goes to them directly, and we are in chat with one of the local delivery system, and they will deliver our medicine. It's just like a small part of it when it comes to
So
delivery.
I just have a question here. I thought that most of your money is coming from the delivery. Where's your most of money coming right now?
Most of the money that is coming from a video consultation from a doctors.
Okay, and the law allows that in Pakistan. Can you, technically speaking, give someone a prescription online? Is that doable?
Yes.
Okay.
Not only us, a lot of other people are doing it, and we were in chat with the government of Pakistan when it comes to COVID. We were providing a lot of video consultation, and this is not only in Pakistan, all over the world. This sort of a platform has been promoted.
Okay, and on the other side, does the law allow delivery of medicine?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Because some countries you cannot really deliver medicine. That's not something you can.
Even in UK, as I'm from there, we can do this as long as they have a valid prescription, online or physical one. You can deliver the medicine at the doorstep.
Very, very, very interesting. I didn't know that Pakistan allows such stuff. That's a great step, because the majority of the countries, let's say in the third world countries, are not allowing such a delivery. But it's good to know that. Anyway, thank you so much for answering my questions. It's a very exciting idea, and I think it's a nice platform to have.
Thank you.
Salman, it was a good presentation, quite detailed. I saw you skipping a lot of stuff because of the time constraint. So there are a couple of things I want to ask. First of all, obviously, health tech has become one of the more competitive spaces in Pakistan lately, right? So we have players like Ola Doc has raised a good amount of money. Dawai did too. Then there's Marham, which again has a good traction, and then there are plenty of players. I think Augment Care and whatnot, right? So it's a decent space. So what I want to ask is, how do you and most of the players in healthcare, they tend to do more than one thing at the same time. So it's generally consultation and lab tests are generally part of the package. That's usually the way. Even Ola Doc is doing that. Augment Care was doing that as well, and there's another one, I don't remember the name. So what I want to know is how do you differentiate, and do you think in such a market it would eventually, what kind of funds would you be looking at?
Okay, so basically I like to clear one thing. I moved back to Pakistan back in 2017, December. So most of these apps, and my idea was created, everything was ready, but most of these apps come somewhere around the same time. So the problem right now is we are not actually looking for a fund from any VCs. We did earlier. We thought that, like, we did bring our own investment, right? So we believed in an idea. We put in our own investment. We started it. We did not launch it till late 2019 because of a various reason. And so far, all the apps that we're talking about, most of them, no, not most, almost all of them, because I do research on everyone who are in this domain with us, other than the Y.pk, kind of start bringing the new things, that all of this that I mentioned during or right before the COVID thing. So basically what happened is, last 2.5 years, and then COVID like 3-4 months, we had the maximum growth during the COVID issue. But before that, Pakistan market was not growing. We had a lot of issues. Online payment gateways were not there, and a lot of other issues. So we were working on it, how to we don't wanted to launch a sub, like, halfway, like our app not able to perform the way we want it to perform and stuff like that. So we waited, we tweeted it till we get the best solution, and then we launch. Even though we launch with our MVP, we kind of have to switch very quickly into providing medicines and lab tests and all these things. So for that, we needed to have a lot of partnership. So we did create a lot of partnership, at least in Karachi, and now we will be moving on to Lahore and Islamabad. The apps that you're mentioning right now, Ola is from Islamabad. They're doing good there. Marham is another one from Lahore. They're doing really good in Lahore. Karachi, we are doing all right, but the better app at the moment is not the app, but in terms of doing well, is there, Kahani. But then again, as a technical person, I can see the problem in all of them. And none of them, other than Marham, if I'm not wrong, none of them are an IT company that is doing a healthcare. Most of them are like, basically doctors, at least when it comes to Syed Khani. Both the founders are doctors, and they're doing healthcare for the female, from the female kind of concept. So everyone has a little bit of issue. I don't mind. At this point, we need at least 20 more apps like us to cover the Pakistani market. Do you understand what I mean? So what we are focusing right now, and the most attention that we are getting is from the COVID-19 monitoring system that we are doing. We have pitched to...
on that, the next question, obviously, so how exactly would that monitoring system, how the system would work? I mean, once you mentioned that you have if you get selected, there would be presentation in August. So, but I mean, let's say, I mean, I hope the thing ends as soon as possible. So what after that? I just wanted to have an idea, want to know what, let's say there's a vaccine early next year in market. So what's, and COVID-19 has been contained. You've been managed to flatten the curve. All the countries
have covered this already. Sorry to cut you off. I understand what your question is. That is this device that we created, is it going to be usable after COVID or not? Yes, it is. As I told you, it gives you a live vitals of a patient if they're even at their home. So basically what we are trying to do is we have 3 models, B2G, B2B, and B2C. So right now, the question that you have, is it usable when it comes to B2B? Yes, it is. I'm not saying Khan might be our client. Maybe they will. But any hospital other than Khan, like mid-tier hospital, they cannot afford these devices. These devices that give you the current monitoring of the patient, even in the hospital, cost like tens of thousands of dollars. So basically, our small patch, it is reusable, is somewhere around between few $100s, and we provide AI dashboard with it. So basically, we will be saving the cost of the hospital and affordability. So they can use it either for COVID or either for just to monitor their patient while they are admitted in a hospital, and and so on and so forth. Like a lot of other things can be used. As we're providing them a licensed AI dashboard, it is a block-based model. So we will be introducing, as I told you, I was working on a heart attack and anxiety issues before COVID hit. So basically what's going to happen is we will be adding in new smart devices and updating their dashboard. So with that, they can always use it. And this will be very... affordable model for any hospital when it comes, even a small hospital can afford it because they can rent this device to their patient and, charge the money, and few $100s they can recover it. And to the ROI that we did, the hospital can recover the money and be profitable in 6 months onwards.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Great.
Any other questions?
No, I'm not from my side. No.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Salman, for taking your time out and pitching your idea. If any of the judges want to
Say
connect
something,
with
if possible.
Yeah, please.
I just wanted to really appreciate the way you break down the market and the way you looked at your competitor. It's always helpful, and I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. So any of the judges who want to get in touch with any of the startups who pitched today, they can surely tell us and we will connect them. Before the end session, about the ecosystem. Any advice to the startups and entrepreneurs?
I'm not sure if you said it was.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
I can hear you now, but like you were cutting off. I'm not sure if it was my internet or yours. So I'm not sure what it.
Perfect.
Yeah,
It happened with everyone, I think. Same
Perfect.
problem on mine.
So wonderful. So Matahe, I was just asking about the startup ecosystem. So you have been mapping the startup ecosystem of Pakistan from quite a time now. What have you witnessed so far, and what do you see for the future or in the future for the startups and entrepreneurs in Pakistan?
That's a good question. I mean, this things have finally started picking up now. I mean, especially in terms of fundraising. But for example, I mean, we have, especially in the transport and logistics sector and mobility space, to be particular, that there have been a couple of big rounds, and now those startups are rapidly expanding. I saw Cheetah is now moving into second-tier city as well, which is impressive. I mean, I think it's the right move, but even at this moment, I think there is still maybe another 1 to 1.5 years would be probably to maybe reach a level that other countries in the region, and I mean towards the Middle East, that to reach that scale, because we have some structural issues that have been, which the regulator has been trying to solve for the past 1 year, especially related to law, company law, or whether it was a sandbox or state banks regulations on a new strategy on digital payments. So as long as these impediments remain, it would be very difficult for any startup to really prove its mettle. They can enter and grab a certain share of market, but to be truly disruptive to country isn't there yet as a whole. So that's the problem. Startups are trying giving it their all, but still the market is not at the kind of level that would grab this kind of traction. They would need to justify the numbers, to justify the costs, especially if it's a direct consumer business. So almost all consumer businesses, they've been losing a lot of money, and their growth hasn't. I mean, even if in double digits, it hasn't either been corresponded by an increase in a respective increase in revenues or recurring customers. That's been a challenge. So I think the next 1 to 2 years would really shape up. COVID has really slowed down things. Maybe if it were not for the pandemic, we probably would have had a pretty good first half year, but that went pretty much down the drain. I guess that's pretty much it. There's exciting new ventures are coming every day. Health and education are moving quite fast, especially after the coronavirus. Fintech is trying to catch up as well, but there are a lot of regulations because from the state bank side, rightly so. And so it would take a long time before fintech is really in a good space to do anything. They need lots of audits and everything. So, but I think these transport and logistics again was and mobility was again very exciting, but was disrupted globally because of coronavirus. So I think the two spaces that are particularly exciting would be education and health. Let's see what all comes from these two.
Wonderful. So my next question will be from Muhammad Salah. So Muhammad Salah, you have been involved in the MENA region from about 8 to 9 years, and you have been developing the ecosystem, or most of the entrepreneurship ecosystem. So what do you think about the startups from Pakistan? What is the one thing that the startups from Pakistan need to scale up or maybe go global?
Let's say, first of all, Pakistan have already had many startups that managed to scale. Kareem is one of it. If I want to take Kareem out of the equation, because there is this debate if it's a United Arab Emirates company or a Pakistani company, but also we have FGSM. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right. They are a unicorn now. They expanded from Pakistan to Emirates and then to the world. So I think Pakistanis have all what they need to grow, especially when it's come to the talent. I do believe talent is a key resource when it comes to startups. Like you can build the startups without great people, and on the technical side and also on the business side. Like when people talk about Pakistan, usually they talk about the Pakistani developers. But actually, I met a lot of Pakistanis, or most of my Pakistani friends are great business developers, are great marketeers. They're not only developers. So I do believe the pool of talent available is the main important resource. I would say the other resource Pakistan have, especially from my observation when I came, this is some sort of a virgin market. Everything is open. All the industries need to be digitized. All the industries need to be enhanced, which is a massive opportunity. And Pakistan is not a company not a country or a market. When you enter, you want to expand. There is almost 200 million people, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have almost 200 million people in one market, I'm sure you don't expand. You find every possible way to serve your market first. And when you expand, while you are serving a country that size, the world will look differently at you. And I think that's one of the things I do believe that Pakistani companies need to start thinking of. What about digitizing stuff that can serve all Pakistanis? And that's a lot of people. That's a privilege no one else have. Very few countries in the world, like less than 10 countries in the world, have 100+ million citizens. So I think Pakistani startups need to do what exactly the Egyptian startups are doing. They have business offices everywhere, but still their main market, they're serving mainly the Egyptian market because they have 115 million citizens, and that's for me is another resource Pakistani startups need to look at. The other thing is Pakistan needs to start doing a reform that allow investors to come, either Pakistanis who live outside or non-Pakistanis who are interested in the market, because that's a massive market and everyone is interested in, to just come in, make it super easy to set up their venture capitals, and make it very, very easy to either exit the market, expand, or everything that investors need, basically. And I think that might help the Pakistani startups attract a lot of money from outside, even while they're operating within Pakistan. Usually the expansion issue or having your business office in Dubai, it's mostly around regulations. So if Pakistan can fix the regulations to accommodate the investors' needs, I think that can be a breakthrough. Especially, there is millions of Pakistanis outside Pakistan. Most of them have relatively good money, especially the ones in Europe and Canada and the United States. And those people are definitely looking into ways to give back. During Startup Grind Pakistan and Startup Grind Global Conference in Silicon Valley last year, actually this year, I met with around 50 Pakistani millionaires. All of them are like, what we can do back in Pakistan. And they don't really know, and the regulation is not helping much. And I think those combining a great pool of talent, combining Pakistanis including Pakistanis outside who have much money, plus reform when it comes to the regulation, and looking at Pakistan as a big market because it's a massive market. I think those together can help. It's an opportunity the majority of startups worldwide don't really have.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Muhammad Salah, for sharing very useful advices.
I'm sorry to cut you. I cannot hear you. Can anyone hear him?
Am I audible?
No, you weren't. I couldn't hear either.
Yeah, now you are.
Am I audible? So, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Now, yes.
Wonderful. So finally, we'll have a word from Syed Ahmed Masood, who is the CEO of Change Mechanics Private Limited. Startup.pk is a mechanics, and been
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
मेरी आवाज आपको दोबारा आ रही होगी?
नहीं आ रही है, इट्स क्लियर, दोबारा नहीं आ रही।
So first of all, I would like to congratulate the judges and the participants who pitched today for a fantastic session. I thought it was very, very knowledgeable, and I would especially like to thank Mo Saleh for joining us and giving us some insights. And I think, Athar, you have done a brilliant job of getting a very good, diverse group of startups who wanted to pitch. As I always say, I think in Pakistan, the startup culture has taken root now, and we are seeing more and more innovative ideas coming forward. And it is now our job basically to ensure that we provide the networking, the opportunities, the access to funds to these startups so that they can scale and grow into the big companies that Pakistan desperately needs right now. All of us believe that startups can solve Pakistan's endemic problems. And hopefully, with the efforts of all the like-minded people who support and nurture startups, and with the brilliant incoming entrepreneurs, let's hope that 2020, despite Corona, is a year of change. And we have some great success stories to talk about by the end of this year. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Masood, for sharing your final word and some useful advice and backing us up with the upcoming ambitions and dreams that every startup is having. So thank you very much again, Muhammad Khan, for taking up this your ideas, and I'm sure it has helped you and will help you a lot in the future to come. So thank you again, everyone. And with this, we can contact us. We are here with you, startup.pk here for and with this,
I'm not sure if not.
so am I audible?
Now, yes. Before, no.
Wonderful. So I just wanted to thank you, each and every one of the startups and entrepreneurs at the end. And I will surely engage all the startups and the judges in the future events. So thank you very much, Muhammad Salam, Tahir Khan, Ahmed Masood, to the startups. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and thanks to all the startups for putting the effort, especially during such times where honestly everyone is focusing on their safety and stuff. But startups are also hustling and pushing.
Thank you very much, Muhammad Salah, for joining us. Thank you very much. Mutahir, do you have some final words?
Well, not. I mean, not much. Just that if there's anything I can, help startups with, feel free to connect. Whatever I can, whatever way I can be helpful, I'll try to be. That's pretty much it. I think that, and thank you for providing this opportunity. It was great learning more about all these startups.
Thank you very much, Mutahir. Thank you very much, everyone, and take care. Allah Hafiz.